stand up to this tall task, they might just curb Wemby's advantage out there. Back to you.
And Allie, thanks so much. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Free throw good, Wembanyama. RJ, we have never seen a player like Victor Wembanyama. In your opinion, what's his potential?
Wemby has so much potential, it's scary. The number one thing that can stop him from being one of the greats of all times, in my opinion, is injury. After that, there is nothing that is stopping him from being one of the most dominant physical specimens we've ever seen.
And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Teams try and get physical with Porzingis, and understandably so, but he is not having any of it right now.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Spurs.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And another thing, Coach will be thrilled with the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
Nobody near Melton. Oh, good on the triple.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
And he gets the bucket. Fox has got his second bucket of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Curry's shot is off. Spurs leading by 6. Here's Wembanyama. Puts up a 3. Shot by Champagnie, no good. And for the Warriors, they're shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
Wembanyama passes to Vassell. Back to Wembanyama. 6 to shoot. And Wembanyama throws it down.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Here's Fox. Wembanyama. Wembanyama on the follow.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Steps back. And here's Porzingis for a 3. Rebounded by Castle. San Antonio leading by 7. Here's Champagnie. Still yet to score.
San Antonio foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
First personal foul. Third.
And the first one goes.
At the line for 2, D'Anthony Melton.
He's off on the second. And here is Fox. And so it's San Antonio with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside. And it's... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
The forward spots will be Butler and Green. D'Anthony Melton out there with Stephen Curry. And it's Horford in at the 5 spot. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
What impresses me about Wembanyama is his amazing coordination. How is this possible at 7'4"? Come on.
Curry with the bucket.
And even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter, it looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
Wembanyama, a screen on Butler. Fox passes to Wembanyama.
Oh, great decision there. Get it to Wembanyama and let Victor finish as the roller.
Horford from outside. Rebound San Antonio. They are a hot team right now. 7 consecutive wins and looking for number 8 tonight.
You can feel the energy in the air around this team. They know they are on a roll, and they are committed to keeping it going as long as they can.
I'm sorry, that's poor
Timeout.
defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And so Steve Kerr tries to call a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Quinton Post is checked in for Al Horford. Curry's shot is off. San Antonio leading by 9. Here's Wembanyama. Wembanyama sets a screen for Castle. With the teardrop, Draymond Green grabs the miss. Golden State's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
Castle. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. One thing you hear players talking about after they've been in the league for a while, Richard, they say the game slows down. When did that happen for you?
For me, it was probably my 3rd year. The end of my 3rd year, the game started to slow down a little bit for me. I went from 9 points to 15 to 18. The game really slowed down in that 3rd year.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Porzingis is checked in for the Warriors. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last several months for De'Aaron Fox.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
Here's Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
And a big man who moves like a guard. Wembanyama is an absolute terror when he slices inside.
Not as good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to just 6 points and the bucket from Porzingis.
Nothing in the game's quite as smooth as a finger roll. Great finish right there.
Pass to Champagnie. No good on the 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation. If you're not right up there on him, he's going to make him pay.
It's good. Curry's got 8 points in the quarter.
And this has become expected from Curry. Everyone knows how dangerous he is at getting to his spots and capitalizing.
Pass to Champagnie. No good from outside. Warriors trail by 7. Fox with the steal. And a fast break now for the Spurs. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. And now, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here are the teams that led the NBA in block shots last year. In 4th, the Spurs.
They were intimidating at the defensive end. Blocking shots, changing shots. You had to fight them for every bucket last year.
It's Curry outside. Drains it from beyond the arc. Now just a 4-point Spurs lead.
And once again, the defense allowing him to get a clean look at that triple. He continues to do some big-time damage from downtown.
When Wemby is killing himself, he is as deadly as any player on the planet. No one there to contest, so he just drops it in like he's at the rec league.
And Jimmy Butler is what some might call an old-school kind of player. Would you agree, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, he's all toughness, grit, and basketball IQ. A tone setter at the defensive end who plays unselfishly. The guy is all about winning.
With a multi-skilled guard like Fox, you love... seeing him spread the ball around.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Warriors. Trailing by 5. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
Expect to see them being much more careful tonight because of that. Maybe being a little less aggressive.
And it looks like, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
One shot.
And
The play is under video review under NBA rules.
The ruling on the floor
2 minutes
stands.
to review the play.
the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Considered by many to be the best prospect since LeBron James, Wembanyama seems determined to reach his full potential.
In the paint, Butler.
No settling for an outside shot there. They went right to the hoop.
Now Castle to the middle, outside for Wembanyama. Back to Barnes, to the inside. It's stolen by Green. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Melton. A three-pointer off the mark.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Vassell, the pass to Wembanyama. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Jimmy Butler.
Maybe the most hyped teenager since LeBron James. Wembanyama is the poster child for upside.
Free throw good, Wembanyama.
Everyone has an opinion on Victor, but my advice to Wembanyama is to ignore them and just focus on doing you out there.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Saw the angles and led him right to the hoop with that pass.
And we've reached halftime in this one. It's the Spurs up 6. Allie, let's go to you courtside. What do you have for us?
43.
Thanks a lot, guys. Head coach Steve Kerr here with us now. Coach, what do you want to see from this team in the second half?
Well, we got to make some stops and get a little traction in this game. I mean, we fell behind right away, and so let's make a push the first 4 or 5 minutes, get back in the game.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Allie. And folks, don't go away. Halftime is here, and we'll be right back with you after this break.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
Well, I think for the Warriors, I've hung with these guys in the offseason. They're better than people think, but they still got to prove it.
Yeah. And looking back at the first half of this game, it's likely we'll see some adjustments for the Warriors.
You look at...
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
But I don't think that that's the most important thing to him. Sure, putting up big numbers doesn't hurt, but he's all about getting the win over everything else.
On the court right now for the Spurs, filling the perimeter spots are Castle and Vassell. Then it's De'Aaron Fox. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Champagnie in at the power forward. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for the Warriors.
And it's been guard play, which really has shouldered the burden offensively here. They'd like a bit more production from the front court, but in the meantime, this backcourt has kept them in the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Porzingis kicks to Curry. Off target from three-point range.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession.
And let's take a look now at Victor Wembanyama's numbers. Great showing for him last season. Put up about 24 points per, almost 4 blocks and 11 rebounds. And what a force he is on the glass. Just inhales rebounds.
And he can go around his opponent, over his opponent, through his opponent. A true triple threat.
Pass to Champagnie. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Here's the screen. In the corner, it's Wembanyama. Over Green. Wembanyama, no good. Warriors trail by 7. Green kicks to Curry. Curry getting it done inside.
For his sake, I hope they can come back. You hate to see the performance he's having be wasted in a loss.
Here's Champagnie, headed by Porzingis, and that one's good. Champagnie.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Porzingis can't hit. Spurs leading by 7. Wembanyama finds Vassell. Wembanyama, a screen on Butler. It's stolen by Green. Pulls up on the wing. The rebound by the Spurs. Wembanyama's got his 16th rebound on the night. Yep, that one goes in there. Fox has got 6.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Pass to Champagnie. Wembanyama off the bounce.
Going to Wembanyama, any chance you get just makes a whole lot of sense. Victor is really on fire tonight.
Curry outside, connects from three-point range. Curry's got 8 points in the quarter.
He's just lighting them up in this game. The Beast are going to have to extend a little bit more, or he's going to keep knocking them down from deep.
You can't give any space to Butler. Vicious at penetrating to the rack and then drawing the contact.
The Warriors shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Horford comes in for Porzingis. And it's Moses Moody in for D'Anthony Melton. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for the Spurs.
A remarkable interior presence. Horford's a veteran who still has those polished post moves.
Vassell, the pass to Fox. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Steph Curry. He's coming off an excellent season. And he also finished in the top 20 of the assist rankings, making plays for others and making his teammates better.
And as you said, the league's best free throw shooter last season. What a tremendous asset, especially in clutch situations. Victor Wembanyama is checked in for Luke Cornett. Curry always finds a way, this time inside.
He's doing everything he can. If they want to win, others have to step up and provide some scoring.
Here's Butler, back to Green. For the lead. Curry can't get it to go. The Spurs with the lead. Fox passes to Wembanyama. And Wembanyama too much inside.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. There's the drive. Pops in the layup for 2. Curry's got 37.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. And the Warriors making a change here. Santos is checked in. These teams were last season's best passers. The squads with the most assists in the NBA. The Warriors, 4th.
Ball movement was one of the keys to what they did last season. Every squad talks about teamwork. These guys backed it up.
Wembanyama, a screen on Butler. Fox passes to Champagnie. Here's Wembanyama. Vassell, a screen on Horford. Fox with it, and it's Horford picking him up. Wembanyama trying to free himself up. Fox, no good. And Curry has it in the corner for the tie, and the shot goes in. Curry's got 39. For San Antonio, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Pass to Castle. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And it's the Warriors' ball. They've got a 13-2 run going. No one near Curry as he lets it go. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot.
Fox passes to Wembanyama. That one goes. Count it. Wembanyama has got 8 points in the quarter.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Curry's shot is good.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Outside, Fox. Outside for Wembanyama. He won't miss many from there. Wembanyama.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the... And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to fire.
I feel like we've seen more slick passing big men in the league today than we've ever seen.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. The forward spots will be Butler and Green. Curry is out there with the Anthony Melton. And it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Warriors' 5.
Scooped up the board. Porzingis wasting no time going up with it.
Out to the wing. Here's Champagnie. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got his 7th assist in the game. The Warriors trailing. They kick it out to Green. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Mr. Reliable, you can count on Green to show up every night.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Barnes, he's checked in for San Antonio. Here's Fox. He takes it in. Good on the bucket. And the Spurs lead by 2.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
A 3 from Porzingis. San Antonio with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points. It's Fox with the drive. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7. Here's Butler. Yep, that one goes.
The defense has to make it tougher for Butler. Can't give him that.
For San Antonio, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Here's Fox. Porzingis with the rebound.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Butler dishes to Curry. From deep three-point land, the long distance 3 is buried. Curry's got 46 points.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Gary Payton has checked in for Butler. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over the last break, I listened in on Mitch Johnson's huddle. He absolutely held nothing back. He said, quote, "We know who we are. Let's be that." The plan is to play their game and let the chips fall where they may. Guys?
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. Vassell, no good. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. It's a 1-point game. Curry's shot is good.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Here's Champagnie, headed by Porzingis. Shot by Champagnie, no good.
He hit 1-3 in the first half, but he hasn't had anything since.
Takes the three. Good. Another from three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
And stolen by Castle. Curry with the steal. For three. Can't get it to go.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by Golden State.
Warriors leading by 4. Now Green. Green draws the double. Curry from outside. Fox with the rebound. Spurs have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Here is Wembanyama. Outside Vassell. Castle on the wing. He's guarded by Melton. Just 5 on the clock. Wembanyama fires. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Jimmy Butler, who's checked in for Golden State. Golden State's done a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Down he goes for 3.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
I think when you've got it going from three-point range, you've got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Fox! And the layup is off! Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
And it's off. Spurs trail by 10. Now Vassell. Green rips down the board.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Warriors.
This has got to feel good. I mean, they never counted themselves out when they were down earlier, and they not only muscled their way back into the game, but wow, they're in a position, shockingly, to win this one easily.
And all about the will to win. And you have to admire the perseverance, never doubting one another, having that trust in your coaches. And I really like what we've seen here tonight. Boy, did they earn it.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Stephen Curry.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Stephen Curry connects again from distance.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps knocking them down from deep.
Greg, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. And again for 3.
And of course it falls for him. That 3 pushes him into the history books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. This is a night we will never forget.
He passed Curry's high a little earlier, and now he's matched Clay's mark. Didn't think we'd see a show like this coming into tonight, but here we are.
From deep. That does not go. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than...
Steph, I know it's still early, but how do you evaluate this team and its ability to go the distance?
In terms of communicating about our principles and how we're going to be successful, trying to chase that.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, and along with Allie LaForce on the sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching tonight's NBA coverage. See you later.